So we are here now in Schwerin. This is like 2 hours from Hamburg. This is well known of the castles here. So this is like the old building, and popular to castle. And there's like the castle over there. It's far from us, but you can still see the castle. And these are the tourists with us. So my friend, is this the Schwerin city?
Yes,
Schwerin city, right?
Yes.
And this is 2 hours away from Hamburg. 2 hours away from Hamburg.
2 hours away from Hamburg.
Where the airship is.
Yeah.
How far is this to Berlin?
Too far.
Too far?
Yeah, it's in opposite direction. Yeah.
Oh.
Too far.
Castle. This is Schwerin, Germany. Castles. See this one place here. Wow.
And if anybody wanted to leave his things into the bus, like jackets and stuff, so you can also leave. The weather is good, and my weather application is also don't show any rain or something like that. And our guide have to make some announcements, so please be seated till she
Here in Rostock, actually, I came from Rostock this morning, which is 60 miles up north at the Baltic coast, and I am teaching in Rostock, usually. I took this side job many years ago, more than 25, because I like it so much. I stayed in this job as well. So I think we have a beautiful countryside, we have a beautiful Mecklenburg-Vorpommern, that is actually where we are right now. So we are in Schwerin. And, does it work? Yeah. And I would like to show you around the city. And I think, since I'm teaching, I think it's always good to know where we start. And that's why I brought the map. And I would like to explain that a bit. Because we are in former East Germany. And you know that we were divided in East and West Germany. So in 1961 we got this horrible wall which divided East and West of Berlin. And of course East and West of Germany was also divided not by a wall but by a bordering fence. And today is a very historical day. I don't know if you know, but this is the day of reunification. This is the anniversary day. So in 1989, Germany got reunited. I grew up in former East Germany. I was born in the former East, and maybe later on, when you are having questions, you could of course ask me. I think I can tell you one or the other story that you would not read in textbooks. But let's have a look at the map. So maybe you can take my glasses for a moment. So here you can see the map of Germany, and you see all these colorful spots. We would say they are the countries in our country. So we have new countries, that is former East Germany, and that is where my hand is right now. So this is former East Germany. You see, it's relatively small in comparison to the former West. The capital of former East Germany was East Berlin. Berlin is right here, and we are here. And all of it, Schwerin, for instance, is in Mecklenburg-Vorpommern, which is the most northern state of the former East. And you might ask yourself, well, why do they still speak in terms of East and West? Aren't they united? Yes, we are, but people who grew up in the former East still have a past, and somehow we are also proud of this. But I have recently seen a documentation which also kind of shocked me, because it showed to me that there are still many people who don't feel completely equal, also with regard to maybe the chances that they have in this new Germany. So they have the impression that they are neither seen nor heard. I think this is the time when we have to say goodbye to old illusions and also to nostalgia. We should look into the future. But when you look to your left-hand side, we will also go to this building. There you see these figures, and you see, so there are still some problems with money in the former East, for instance. So especially culture is maybe less supported, and the actors and also the people who are involved in culture, in theater, are worried about the future of their theater. But when you look to your right, then you will see there are also treasures here in East Germany, and I think that you came for those treasures. And I would also like to talk a little bit about this building on the left-hand side, though you will have, of course, a guided tour inside this castle. It is a fairy tale castle, and what you see looks older than it actually is. So this, what you can see right here, was built in 1847 up to 1857. So it's relatively new. We call that castle the Neuschwanstein of the North. We call also Schwerin the city of, or we say it is the Florence of the North. And we also say this is the fairy tale city. So because of the castle, and also I would say a fairy tale like countryside that we have here. We have 13 lakes in Schwerin, and the biggest lake is Lake Schwerin. That is the lake that surrounds the castle, and we could say it's literally floating on it. So we have 4 old parts of the former castle which survived, and we can see them from the inside. We can have a look at the facade of the oldest parts. They are from the 16th and 17th century. So, but long time ago, there was a man called Niklot, under renovation right now. But here you can see many old and new masterpieces. So when you come back I see it only as an appetizer for you today. So it is a starter. We want to steer your curiosity, and when we are successful, you hopefully come back and take your time. And I hope we have finished our renovation then. Let's go a little further. It's really quiet and peaceful.
Yeah, it's because of holiday, so this street is not
Yeah,
easy.
yeah, you can
This is
see them everywhere. This is the east. This is the east.
And Hamburg is the west.
Hamburg is the west.
Yes.
This is the deep east, we would say. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty.
I just wanted to point out this building. You know that Schwerin became the capital of Mecklenburg-Vorpommern. Schwerin is smaller than Rostock, where I come from. So Schwerin is about 100,000 inhabitants only. Rostock has the double. So Rostock is the scientific center. We have an old university from 1419, and it is also the economic center. And that is why I think they made Schwerin, and that was a huge election, a great dispute who becomes the capital city, and then they decided that Schwerin needed to be voted. And I think that they wanted to make it a center because they wanted to decentralize. First stop, so that you have a good look at our state theater. When we want to see something special like Shakespeare or Goethe or Schiller, so the old classics, we come to Schwerin and go into that theater. That is really outstanding. So you have the theater flair of the 19th century when you go in there. And I have brought a few numbers, and I want to involve you into that. So 120, what do you think? 120, what does this number stand for? Number of seats, that would be too less, too few, I think. Age of the building, right. First point to the group. 500, you said it already?
The seats.
Number of seats. 460, that is a bit difficult. That is the age of the anniversary of the state orchestra. So 460 years ago, they founded this orchestra, and you won't believe it, but they also had their rehearsals in the beginning in the castle. At that time, that was of course courteous and also religious music, supported by wind instruments and the kettle drum. So that was very different from what you can hear here in this place today. Apart from that, by the way, the castle also functioned after we had this division of Germany in East Germany. It functioned, for instance, also as a school for kindergarten teachers, so it was not left to decay, and a rehearsal place, and after World War II it was a Russian hospital. So they had different functions, of course also museum.
So this is Schwerin, East Germany, and we're gonna go walk through this street, and it's a good timing because it's holiday, so the street is not busy.
We want to give you the chance to catch up.
So if it's not holiday today, this street
is-
should be full.
It is a bank holiday.
Yeah, right. But if it is not holiday, so plenty of people are walking
Yeah,
here.
right. Yeah.
So it's a good timing because it's holiday here and it's a bank holiday. So everything is closed. So if it is holiday here in, so this is Germany when it's holiday, no people are walking or
Yeah.
they're
So
all
they are all at home
at home.
enjoying their day. Yeah.
Nice. We have here. There's a like hotel. This is the city of Schwerin, Germany. This is part of East Germany before it was divided. So we're gonna take a look on this side here, and I guess this is also apartment. People here, Germans, when it's holiday, they stayed at home, so you cannot see people walking around these streets. So mostly tourists right now walking on these streets. Their plaza, park.
In the beginning, so maybe I bring some. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No? Go ahead. I brought a picture of two politicians, so we use our time now.
Okay. Okay.
And I wanted to ask you if you know that person.
Helmut Schmidt,
No.
isn't he?
No?
Carson,
Yeah? So this is the
Grand Chancellor.
Chancellor, exactly. Do you know his name? The name of the German Chancellor.
The present Chancellor.
Yeah, the present Chancellor. Olaf Scholz is his name. And do you know the party? It is also the Social Democratic Party of Germany. Yeah, so his name is Scholz. Then I brought a picture of another politician that I wanted to show you, and I didn't want to make it too easy. So I have chosen that picture.
Merkel.
Exactly. Don't you see that? So her facial expressions
You can't see it.
are still the same somehow. And what I found rather interesting is that she has still got the same haircut. Can you see that? So, and she's still able to smile at that picture.
Yeah.
So we are actually a bit sad that we have lost, I mean, in inverted commas. But I think she actually made a lot of nature photos, and I think it is information. I give you the chance to use the rest.
No, thank you.
I'm just waiting until everybody is here. So this is actually the market square of medieval Schwerin. And of course I will give you further information on everything. I would just like to point out the things briefly. Here we see the former town hall it had always been in this place since 1338. I mean, not exactly this building, so the medieval part, which is left, is the art right here. But you know, there have been successes, but that was when the reunification was in November, but the wall was built on the 13th of August in 1961. And that meant, of course, also to people in this city, in East Germany, that from then on life was very different. We could not travel to the West. We could not visit our relatives in the West. The relatives could come over into Germany. They could visit us here. For instance, my grandparents lived in Bavaria. That is in the very south of former West Germany. And until I was 20, that was the first time I got the permission to visit my grandparents. Up to that time, my grandparents always came over in the summer to visit our family or their family for 4 weeks in the summer. But apart from that, we had contact via post or maybe sometimes telephone, but you knew that there was somebody who was also listening when you were having a phone call.
Oh, wow.
My father used to greet the people who are listening. So, but yeah, that was really special and really something strange at that time. Apart from that, I would also like to mention that I had a great childhood. As a child, you don't have those old times. You could not come here. We did not have any cruise ships here in the north. Yeah. So the first time when we had a cruise, that was in the 90s, really. And I remember the second, or the maybe the second biggest ship at that time, the QE2 came to Warnemünde. And the QE2 could not dock in Warnemünde because the mole was not deep enough. So they had to dock in the Baltic. And then there were little shuttle boats who brought the people to this place. That was really funny, of course, and really something special for the people who lived there. Now we are used to it. We have about 4 cruise liners a day in Warnemünde. Yeah, so up to 4 cruise liners. That is normal in the summertime. In the winter, on the other hand, it is so sleepy that you think, oh God, am I still alive? So there is a big contrast between summer and winter, and the seasons are rather short. I would like to show you the other picture. And that was when we had this reunification. And you said it already, it was in November 1989. And I actually wanted to ask you, how come that suddenly we got the chance to reunite 2 parts of Germany? Do you actually know?
I just remember
Reagan was part of it, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gorbachev as well. So perestroika, glasnost, which means reform and openness. And that was the time when a new spirit came up everywhere in these Eastern Bloc countries. And then, of course, people in East Germany were braver. And that was also a place here where we are standing now, which was involved in that. We had those Monday demonstrations. And people gathered also in this church here, which is from 1416. And people came here and said, we are the people, so wir sind das Volk in German. And they wanted, of course, to travel, they wanted the freedom of speech and so on. And they were protesting. And the Stasi watched, of course, carefully, but they did not dare to interfere because they were not sure whether the Russians with Gorbachev would still back them up. So then there was, of course, they could feel the politicians politicians in East Germany, they could feel something needs to be done, otherwise we will have a revolt or whatever. So they thought that they could maybe the Stasi, you know, you have probably heard about that, and it would, for instance, not be possible to talk to you here on the market square at least.
I'm walking here, street of Schwerin city, East Germany. We're lucky because these streets here are packed with people, even if it's not holiday. So it's holiday today. It's Unification Day. It's where the East and the West were united during that time. So all these people are here are tourists. So we have to walk around the city of Schwerin. And this is famous old castle. And look at this. They have bricks all over the place. This is another streets. And this is another streets. There's only one street open. Locals. And we are facing the castle here, city of Schwerin. There's another city there. It's the flag of Germany.
Sure, but
There's a street. It's a narrow.
there's still some
So what's that statue for?
This is a victory column.
Ah,
So,
Victory Column.
for the victims of the war.
Ah, okay. Thank you. It's a statue column. Victims of war.
xem video nào dài nhất và không cần thiết ấy.
Cái nào tao cũng thấy cần cái nào tao cũng thấy cần thiết, cái nào tao cũng thấy đẹp hết. Cái nào cũng thấy là xấu mà. Gửi đây.
Đây đi, lại bị cái thú lại.
application is also don't show any rain or something like that, and our guide have to make some announcements, so please be seated till she and if anybody wanted to leave